Hey folks, it's Bernakevitch with All Points Design. That's allpointsdesign.ca. And today we're talking about the Oregon State University Permaculture Design Template. Specifically, we're talking about how to get an aerial image off of Google Maps, not Google Earth Pro, but Google Maps. These are the maps that most people have experienced if they're trying to find someplace, find directions. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to find our site by entering it into the search bar up here. And at that point, we're going to bring ourselves down as close as possible to what we want to see. So generally, we've got this sort of area. We want to make sure we get generally what we're looking for. And it can be a little hard because the area that is being printed can differ depending on how close or how far you are. Now, there's a couple options here. We can do the old screen grab and do whatever it is on PC, and on Mac, it's Command-Shift-4. We can do this. But remember, always to grab down here, you want to grab that scale. It's really important. Now, as we've talked about before, all the data that Google Earth Maps and Google has is from the Shuttle Radar Topographic mission that happened in 2000. And when they flew LiDAR, that's light image detection and radar, light imaging detection and radar over the planet, they created an incredible resource for all of us. But at the same point, that information is quite low in resolution. So every pixel was 30 meters. That means if your site was larger or smaller than 30 meters, you may have great information or you may have poor information, because anything that has a difference in the vertical axis of 30 meters, and most of us do, there's maybe 1.5 meters of differentiation on the site, and that's just specifically around the edges. We're not going to see a lot of change. So just know that when you're using public data, and that includes all those contour map generators. But we have what we have, and that's all that we have. So then we go up to the menu and we go down to print, and that'll turn us to a different viewpoint here, which we can again move around a little bit, and we can go back and forth. And we can move around a little bit, but it's quite granular. So it's not as great as what we've had before. So this is pretty good. So I'm going to print this and it's going to come up. I'm going to, at least on my program, I'm going to save as PDF, and then I'm going to save to my desktop. And in that situation, we're going to have the opportunity, at least on my desktop here, as I call it up, we've got this PDF. So this PDF gives us a fair bit of information. It gives us our site, an aerial, and it gives us this element here, which is our scale bar. Now, I can do a few things with this. I can screen grab off of this. I can create a smaller area here, which I can then chop out. But the first thing I need to do is I need to change this into a JPEG. So I'm going to change it to a JPEG here. I'm going to put it to the best quality. This is using a program called Preview in Mac. I want to replace this. I've already done this once. Great. Now I'm going to bring that back up as a JPEG. And then now it's actually really easy for me to make this a little bit smaller. So I've got my crosshairs here, and then I can just Command K. And there we have a great image that I can then bring into my Google Earth slides, and I can use that instead. So this is a different approach. Instead of using Google Earth Pro, this is using Google Maps, and then I can insert it. And what I would probably do is I would bring this in and I would crop up, and then I would just keep this as a separate, and then go in through the process that we have in the base map tutorials about how to create your scale bar off of a reference. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video.